All right, first off, I want to thank Skinny Beef for sponsoring me for all my red meat and beef needs for this Olympia Prep. I really like the product they provide due to the fact that it's a 98% lean, 2% fat, which you really won't find at your typical grocery store or anywhere. This is great for somebody if you want a low-fat diet, but you still want to get all the minerals and nutrients that beef provides and red meat provides in your diet. It's a great alternative. Also, if you are looking to incorporate more fats in your diet, but you still want to do those through a more healthy avenue, such as maybe like avocados or nut oils or nut butters or whatever, this is another great way. Like I said, you're going to get all the minerals and nutrients that are within red meat, but you're not going to get a lot of the saturated fats and the junk that comes with a lot of the red meat that you'll find in stores. That being said, now we're going to hand it over to the personal chef, Mama Jo. She's been doing all my meals and stuff. Yeah, she can tell you kind of what she does with them, because I don't know. I just eat them.
Okay, so the way that I found that is easiest to make, it's the best way to do it for us, we're storing it, things like that, is to actually make it into individual 2 to 3 ounce patties, and then I cook it just on the skillet on medium heat. Before I make the patties, I season it with a little bit of garlic and then just some black pepper. So I make those patties up and then put it on the grill, or put it on the skillet until it's done. Oh, so now I'm just mixing up the meat with the seasonings. All right, so I've added in the garlic and the black pepper, and I'm just mixing it up. And then the way I like to measure it or get the patties right is actually just put the whole thing on the scale and then turn it on. And I call it backwards weighing. I'm sure there's a more official term to do that. But so I put it on the scale and then just take off a little bit, and it deducts 2 ounces. So I just ball them up, make them into little patties. And then that's it. So again, I just measure out about 2 ounces, ball it up, make little patties, and that's all you do. So I gone ahead and made the patties and preheated these skillets to medium heat. The reason for doing that is this cooks the meat better. Because it is such a lean meat, you don't want to cook it too fast because it'll dry it out and make it really tough. So cooking it on medium heat, watching it really closely throughout the cooking process, I found is just better, especially since I do cook a lot of food in bulk. It also stores better that way, and it still continues to be moist even after you reheat it when you're cooking your meals for the next day or the next several meals. Keep the integrity of the beef intact with the nutrients and the minerals, and that's another reason why it's important to cook it on a lower heat and not make sure you overcook it, because you don't want to lose all of those important factors important things when you're using this beef. So I cook it between 2 and 3 minutes on each side, flipping it 1 or 2 times, just kind of depending on what it looks like that day. But I also then will let it cool before I put it in the refrigerator, so it keeps all those juices in, and I try not to cut it immediately afterwards, because again, that also helps keep it moist and tender and yummy and delicious when you eat it. Here's the finished product. One thing I did want to mention too is when you are cooking this, it's important not to smush down the patties, just to let them cook. A lot of times people have the tendency to smush down. Well, this will let all the moisture out, so make sure you don't do that. These are ones that are cooling. I let them cook for probably 10 to 15 minutes, maybe even longer, just until they kind of get back to room temperature. Then I'll put them in a Tupperware, put them in the fridge.
And that's cool for 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, sorry, cool, not cook.